Welcome friends, it's Amelia and Dalion, yoga and meditation teacher. So before we move into today's practice, I want to mention a blanket. So I'm going to refer to a blanket quite a bit in this next sequence, in this Awaken and Release sequence. So this one is one of a typical yoga blanket. You might fold it up. So you'll notice as I start the practice, I'm actually sitting on a blanket. You actually might not notice, so I'm just going to mention to you. So you can make it as high as you want by rolling it up, or you can, fold it to whatever height you need, and you might not need it at all. And the reason I offer this option is because in the morning times or whatever time of day it is, if you notice that your hips are tight and it's uncomfortable to sit on the mat and maybe your knees are up way high, the blanket can give you the option to let the hips open and point the knees down towards the ground. So that's pretty much all you need, unless you know that there are other props that you're going to want for your practice. A blanket, maybe a pillow for Shavasana. Shavasana is about 3 minutes long in the sequence, and much of this practice today is going to be created for people that are having some wrist pain, or they have a hard time putting weight bearing on their hands. So there's no downward dogs in this sequence. I offer options to drop down to your forearms instead of down onto the hands. A lot of it is seated. A lot of it is down on the mat, lower down on the mat. I don't even have you standing. Yeah, I don't even think I have you standing in the sequence. So give it a try. It's an Awaken and Release option for you, which is of course for any time of day. Enjoy and let me know how you like it. Leave a review, leave a rating. I'm appreciating you showing up for my new YouTube channel. And we'll see you in the class. Thanks for being here. Peace out. Do that one more time. Breathe in. Sigh out and breathe out. And slowly open your eyes, set your hands down onto your knees, and just move the body. Just slowly make some gentle circles. It can be small, and as you move, notice maybe that the circling gets bigger. And I notice as I move around in a circle that I can feel a little bit of twisting in the spine. I feel it in the hips. I feel it in the outside of the legs, even my shoulders, my neck. Do that one more time. So slowly awakening to what you sense in the body, creating space in the body, and then at center, relax the shoulders down from the ears. And then let's circle to the other side. So in this practice today, instead of wondering, am I doing this practice right, or am I doing it wrong? Just allow yourself to move and let this be a practice of awareness, a practice of awakening, a practice of noticing, and a practice of even being creative in creating a pose or a sense of movement which creates a release of any tension, a release of any tightness, any physical tightness. There might be something you are doing which looks completely different from what I am doing right now. And trust your intuition. Yeah, trust that the body will tell you, oh, this is the movement that I want today. So listen to that, even if it looks completely different from what I'm doing. Because really what I'm doing right now is not really exactly a specific pose. I mean, there is a pose, here in the circling and the spine, but right now my intention is to ask you just to notice what you feel when you move your body one direction and then the other direction. And then let's meet back in center and relax your shoulders, and will you either close your eyes or open your eyes, whatever is relaxing for you. And now just sense, what do you feel now after a little circling to one direction and then the other direction? And then would you bring an awareness to what you feel in your legs, in your ankles, your knees, your thighs? Do you feel any sense that you would like to shake out the legs and then switch your knees or switch the other shin in front? So just notice, what am I gonna do? I think I'm going to switch. I'm going to switch right now. So that is what my body is saying. Yeah, sure, why not? So you take the time, feel what you feel in your body, and now just rock forward and back and notice what you feel. Now we're going to do what's called like a seated cat-cow. So pressing your chest forward, dropping the shoulder blades down from your back, and then rolling the spine. So you're rolling the shoulders forward, leaning back, and then press your chest forward like you're trying to move in and like you're trying to lift your chin and chest up, shoulder blades down the back, and then slowly roll the shoulders back. Feeling the stretch across the upper back, and you're gently holding onto the knees as you lean back, and then do that on your time, on your own time, your own rhythm. 3 more times just to bring some movement to the spine. So some of you know cat-cow on your hands and knees. So right now I'm offering a sequence, especially if anyone is feeling challenged with any weight bearing on their wrists and their shoulders. So this is mainly going to be a seated practice for you today. And then let's do it one more time in the seated cow pose. Just dropping the shoulder blades down in the back and then leaning back, rolling the shoulders like we're doing a seated cat pose, creating space in the back of the neck and the upper shoulders and spine. And then take a seat, relax the shoulders, just loose, and then straighten the legs. And let's stay here with the straight legs, and then notice if you want to keep sitting on the blanket. I'm not going to. I'm actually going to set it to the side. And I'm going to keep my legs straight forward, and then you can see my feet. Yeah? Okay, just flex and point the ankles. And I'm going to just sit to the side so you can see. So just flex and point your ankles. And then as much as you can, sit up tall on your spine. So this is staff pose. Hands, this is Dandasana, hands pressing down into the mat. Sitting up tall on your spine, pulling the pit of your belly button back towards the spine. And what we're looking for is imagining that there's a string, a plumb line, straight from the crown of the head up towards the ceiling, lengthening through the back of the neck, and point and flex your ankles again. And as you sit here, gently press your palms into the ground. So you might be, if this is new to you, you might be surprised at the engagement of the arms, the stretch of the forearms. So with the ankles flexed, there's also an engagement. You might feel an engagement of the thighs. So you choose the intensity of this pose. You can relax the legs. You can make them more relaxed if you want to take a little break. And then if you want to flex the ankles, really awakening through the feet, the calves, the quadriceps, the spine. So up the spine, there are these muscles up and down the spine called the erector spinae muscles. So we're strengthening these right now. And if this is new to you, this might be a challenge, and it's okay. It's okay, it's all a practice. Hold 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. And then relax, relax. Now take the soles of your feet together. I'll face the camera again. So this time, interlace your fingers. And then the soles of your feet together. And will you be in the experimentation of noticing what is more comfortable for you? To have your heels pulling closer to you, or maybe the feet away from you a little bit. So will you take some time to listen? It's like, what do I feel? You know, and if you're in the question, again, it's like, what am I supposed to feel? I'm gonna actually invite you, give yourself the permission to let go of, am I doing this right or wrong today? That this is all going to be about, you are there, you know, behind, looking at me in the camera. I can't see you. And the beauty of this is you awakening your inner teacher. Listen, as long as there's no sharp pain, where do you feel it? Do you feel it in your back? Do you feel it in the hip joints? Are you feeling it in the outside of the thighs? Be an experimentation. What allows you to sit here in this pose and experience a sense of ease, and at the same time, strengthening those muscles up and down the spine and allowing the hips to open slightly. And go ahead and flap your, call these butterfly wings sometimes. So sometimes we call this, you know, butterfly or cobbler pose, or Baddha Konasana. It's called Baddha Konasana in Sanskrit, but you know, we call it like sitting here and butterfly. Breathe, 2 more breaths. Now come into stillness. Feel what you feel. 1 more breath. If it is comfortable for you, sit up tall, hinge at the hips, and slowly lean forward, and then pause. It's like, okay, where do I feel this? Notice, where do you feel it? Is it in the back? Is it in the hips? Listen. If it's here for you, maybe bow down a little bit more, pause. So take your time, take 5 more breaths and move forward. Move forward if you choose. And if it feels like too much, then sit back up. So listen to the body. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And then slowly rise. Let's straighten the legs again. This time we're going to come into a seated forward fold called the Paschimottanasana. So lift the flesh off the sits bones. So sitting in this Dandasana, the staff pose again. So keeping the legs and the spine as it is. Pit of the belly button up and back towards the spine. This time reach the arms up, inhale. And exhale, reach forward, your heart forward, chest forward, coming into a forward fold. Pause when the body asks you to pause. And then when the back or the hamstrings or whatever is asking you to pause, if it's ready to relax, then relax the arms down and let the head hang. So if it's in your body for you to grab your feet, you can. You can grab your hamstrings, you can grab your thighs. 2 more breaths. Relax the shoulders. 1 more breath. Slowly release. And then sit up. I'm going to face the camera again. And let's do this cobra pose or butterfly pose. Soles of your feet together. Interlace the fingers underneath the feet. Sit up tall in your spine. Inhale. Exhale, bow. 2 more breaths. Feel what you feel, whether it's the back or the hips, the legs, the inner thighs. 1 more breath, slowly release. Straighten the legs. We'll do this forward fold again. So sometimes we can wake up and we can feel tight in the lower body. So we're giving some space there. Inhale, slowly reach forward. And you can bend your knees here. So I'll go from the side. So let's say you're coming forward and it's like, oh, this feels really tight, then bend the knees. Bend the knees, maybe even roll up a blanket and put it underneath the knees. Hold 3 more breaths. 2. And 1. Slowly rise. All right, so I'm gonna face the camera again. So this time, you're going to bend for you, it's gonna be your right knee. So this is my left knee, but I'm mirroring you. All right, so bend your right knee. And then your other leg is gonna be straight out to the side. I'm gonna show you what you're gonna do. So your bottom hand, the same side arm as that front bent knee, you're gonna stack the hand a little bit in front of the shoulder, so not directly underneath the shoulder, so a little bit away from you. Pull the pit of the belly button up and back towards the spine. So as you reach the hips up, you're gonna flatten that back foot down into the mat and then reach your arm up. And maybe the bicep is near the cheek. So it's gonna be an inhale, reach up, and an exhale, release. Okay, so something I mentioned was if anybody is feeling like they're struggling with their wrists right now, here it is if you put your forearm down. So forearm down. So the forearm is parallel with the front of my mat here. So I've got a 90-degree angle with my forearm and my bicep and tricep. So I'm gonna pull the pit of my belly button up and back towards the spine. I'm leaning on my hip pointer. And I'm gonna inhale, lift the hips up. My back foot is flat down onto the ground and then lower down. So you can do it down on your forearm again. So experiment with the space, you know, of the front arm, that forearm away from you or closer to you. So for me, I like it a little bit away from me. So listen to your body. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, lower. Okay, I'm gonna show it with the hand down. Relax the shoulders down. So look, my hand here is facing the camera, but there's also a position facing towards the front of my mat, and there might be something in between. So play with that. I'm going to place my hand facing towards the front of my mat, opening my fingers wide, getting ready to flatten that back foot or that extended foot down on the mat. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, lower down. Okay, 3 more times. Breathing. So your forearm is either down or your hand is pressing down, so there's a balance on the front knee and shin. And you're also pressing that back foot, that extended foot flat on the ground, creating space, awakening the side body, and release. And let's straighten the legs and shake them out. Relax the shoulders. Yeah, and feel what you feel. Feel what you feel in the shoulder. Feel what you feel in the forearm. Feel what you feel in the side body. If you're not used to weight bearing, and whether it's doing push-ups or any type of weights, you might be feeling this in the upper body. And the beauty of that is that we're strengthening actually the bones by using our body weight and strengthening the arms and even the core as we're lifting and lowering up. So a lot of stuff is happening, and you may not even know it, but just be mindful, move with ease as much as you can and with self-care. All right, so ready for the other side. Let's bend the other knee. I gave you enough of a little bit of a break with my talking. Okay, relax your shoulders down from your ears. Straighten that leg away from you, and then you're going to prepare to position the foot so when you rise up, that foot is going to be flat down onto the ground. That extended leg, that foot is going to be flat. And either your hand is down onto the ground or the forearm. So I'll show the forearm down. Again, for my people that are on the forearm, so forearm down, the arm is parallel to the front of the mat. Relax the shoulders down from the ears. And we're gonna inhale, lift the hips up, extend, and slowly lower. Yeah, so we're not gonna lift up off the ground as much with our forearm, and that's okay. We're still creating space on the side body and lowering. And we're still flattening that back foot and then reaching that arm, that bicep towards the cheek. Okay, I'm gonna do it again, but this time with the hand down. So inhale, lift up, and then lower. I'm gonna do it one last time with the hand down, fingertips facing towards the front of my mat, and slowly lower down. All right, bring both legs forward, straighten out, inhale it, and let's forward fold. 2 breaths. And relax the shoulders. 1 breath. All right, rise up. Okay, let's take a tabletop. So I want to get to awakening everything from the toes to the fingers. All right, and the whole spine. So we've also got the side body going on, and we're almost done. We're almost done. Okay, so shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. So we're not going to do too much of weight bearing on the shoulders. So we're going to reach the right toes back, and all we're going to do is wake up the ankles and wake up the toes. Start stretching through the arch of the feet. So let's say that really the wrists, it's hard to do any weight bearing on the wrists. Then come down to your forearms and do the same thing. And then left leg back. So you're either on your forearms or your hands. Just waking up, stretching through the heel, stretching through the Achilles tendon, stretching through the calf. And let's take a child's pose. Knees out wide, big toes to touch, arms forward, and then rest the forehead down. 5 breaths. And now will you bring some attention to the upper back? Like noticing what you feel in between the shoulder blades, actively reaching the hands towards the front of the mat. Would you soften the shoulders down from the ears, relax the jaw. Notice the breath. Notice where the breath enters the body and where it releases the body. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly walk the hands back. And then sit on your knees, sit on your shins, sit on your heels, shrug the shoulders up, and then relax the shoulders down. And drop your chin down towards your chest. And slowly lift the head up, just looking straight forward. We're not going all the way back. So let's stretch through the neck now. Chin down. And lift the face up. One more time, chin down. And chin up. Relax the shoulders. Okay, so you may or may not want that blanket again. Let's sit in Sukhasana pose again. So this easy pose. So remember which shin is forward, because we're going to switch. Okay, we're going to do a few neck releases before we end. Okay, relax the shoulders, fingertips are resting down onto the ground, and then reach one arm up. So for you, my right arm is up, but it might be your left arm if you're matching me. Breathe. So we lean over to the side, and then drape the arm over the head and slowly come back to center. And then release, breathe, relax the shoulders. Hold here, 3 more breaths. Let that top arm just hang on the head. Not a lot of pulling. Just allowing space in the side of the neck. And then slowly release the hand down, shrug the shoulders up. And then relax the shoulders down, relax the neck. Sit up tall in the spine, breathe in. And breathe out. All right, now reach your other fingertips just gently away from you, not too far away from you, but so you're just still sitting up at center, and then reach the arm up and start to lean over slightly just so you can feel. Can you feel that space in the side body? And then gently drape the arm over the head and slowly back to center, and gently let the weight of the arm create space we're looking for space in the side of the neck. So again, not forcing a pull. It's just allowing the breath, allowing this time as you hold this pose to ask the side of the neck to soften. Say, neck, I give you permission to let go of tension, to create space. And you might feel it in the neck. You might even feel it all the way in the jaw. I'm feeling it in my jaw today. So notice the connection. Notice the connection of the body, where all of these body parts connect in each movement. And slowly back to center. Head back to center. Shrug the shoulders up. And then shrug the shoulders down and gently chin down towards the chest. Sit up tall on your spine. Remember those erector spinae muscles, keep them nice and tall. And then bring the head up. So keep the spine tall and straight. It's straightish. We have an S curve in our spine, but awakening those muscles along the side of the spine. Keep doing this 2 more times as you're gently dropping the chin down towards the chest. We're going to eventually go all the way back, but right now we're just forward and straight up. All right, so let's do some semicircles, some half circles. So drop one shoulder down to your ear, or ear down to your shoulder, and then take a semicircle. Drop the chin down, and then circle it to the other side. Pause, and then to the other side, another half circle. So just staying in the frontal plane of the body. We're not circling all the way behind the body. So I'd like you to pay attention to your neck as you move. So move as slowly as you need. And please be very, very mindful with your neck, with any of the body parts, to know what is the appropriate variation for your body. So that's one of the best ways we can love ourselves, is to pay attention and listen. Pay attention and listen. All right, from here, do another half circle or a full circle. And slow, mindful. We want to be very, very mindful. So one thing about yoga or any type of movement, sometimes if we find that there's a little bit of a sharp pain or a discomfort. Sometimes it's moving too fast. Sometimes it's not being mindful. It's the body telling us to pause. And let's do full circles the other direction. So one way we can injure ourselves is ignoring the signs, and ignoring the sensations. So yoga is asking us to pay attention to the sensations of the body and to be mindful in how we respond. After that second full circle, if you've done that, just drop your chin down towards your chest, shrug your shoulders up again, and then relax the shoulders down your ears and lift the face up, and let's do one more stretch. So interlace the fingers behind the back. So I'll turn around so you can see me. So interlace the fingers behind the back. And just straighten the arms and reach the hands straight down towards the ground, and then drop the chin down. And I'm gonna sit to the side. And switch your legs if you feel like you wanna switch the legs or the shins in front. So there's a slight rolling of the shoulder blades down and straightening the arms down towards the ground, chin down towards the chest, and feel what you feel. So, and if it's here for you to bring the hands away from the body, then do that. And then maybe more, but listen to your body. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how high the arms go. So really just straightening through the arms. We're looking for a stretch through the arms, the front of the shoulders, and now take your gaze forward. And then if it's okay for your body, bow down. And let the head relax. And slowly rise up. And then shake out the arms. We're gonna do it one more time, but we're gonna switch the legs. And then we're gonna work down onto our back. Reach the arms up. And just one forward fold. Reach forward with the heart. And then roll the spine back up. Okay, relax the shoulders. I'll face the camera this time. Okay, switch your legs if you would like. Sit up tall on your spine. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Breathe in. And breathe out. Drop your chin down towards your chest. See how that feels with your chin down. Just notice. Bring an awareness of, would you like to bring the arms away from the body? Notice what does that feel like? So the beauty of tension and tightness is it tells you, where does the body need some attention? Where does it need some TLC? Where does it need some love? So you pause there and breathe into those areas. Relax the shoulders. If it's here for you, bow down. Relax the neck. One more breath, slowly rise. All right, are you ready to work your way onto your back? Shake out the arms. Feel what you feel. Reach the arms up. And then release the arms down. Relax the shoulders. All right, sweep the arms up. And then release them down. Relax the shoulders. One more time. Inhale the arms up. And release them down. Okay, let's work our way onto our backs. Hug your knees into your chest. Massage side to side. And let's take a twist. Right arm out. Left hand gently on the outside of the right knee or right thigh. And slowly, mindfully let the knees come to the side. And one thing I'm going to say, if you feel especially tight in the side body, use a prop or a blanket or something underneath the outside of your thighs, the one that's twisting over to the other side. You don't need to touch your leg all the way down to the floor. In fact, you often using props will allow you to relax deeper in the pose, like in a yin pose, and will allow the body to get the permission, to get the message that it can let go of tension instead of forcing. Let go of the forcing, let go of the pushing. And in your life, let go of the forcing, let go of the pushing. Back to center. Inhale, hug your knees into your chest. And then set up on the other side. And if you would like, you can set up a cushion or a blanket, and the left arm is out, and gently twist to the side. And this is my side that I always get those of you that have taken classes with me before, I always talk about my chiropractic adjustment. It just happened again. It always happens on this side. It's so interesting. So now as my spine is moved, I'm going to move my prop away. 3 more breaths. So relax both arms, even the one that's holding on to the top thigh. Relax the arm, the shoulder, and very slowly back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. And then bring your feet down to the ground, bend your knees. Feet at hip width apart. We're just going to do one bridge pose just to neutralize the pelvis, and then send the hips up. Inhale, hold 2. Relax the back of the neck, and 1. Slowly lower down. So if you would like any props for your Shavasana, I like to roll up a blanket. Be mindful, or a bolster underneath your knees. Relax the shoulders, straighten the legs, palms facing up. Maybe rotate the head side to side to invite a looseness of the neck. So another option I want to offer to you, and be mindful as you get up, if you're going to rise up, is use your blanket to tuck you in, to relax. I actually really love this one. So at home, we have all of these opportunities to pause, to grab our blankets, to grab our cushions. You might even want a pillow underneath your head. Take a breath in. And take a big sigh out. I'm going to talk you through a body scan. And as I mention each body part, allow that body part to soften and relax and smooth out. Forehead. Eyelids. Cheekbones. Jaw. Notice the breath in the nostrils. Relax the lips. The inside of the mouth. The chin. The whole face relaxed. Let the head get heavy, sink into the mat. Relax the neck. Shoulders. Notice the right shoulder. Notice the left shoulder. Right arm heavy. Left arm heavy. Relax the upper torso, upper back, middle back, lower back. Upper chest, middle belly, lower belly. Let the breath breathe into the front of the body, the sides of the body, the back body. Relax the hips, the glutes, the right glute, the left glute, the right hip joint, the left hip joint. Right leg heavy, left leg heavy. Relax the right toes, left toes, right fingers, left fingers. Whole body, breathe from the soles of your feet out through the crown of your head. For this final minute, relax 10% more. Take a breath in. Take a big sigh out. Relax. Gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. So if you want to take longer, stay longer in Shavasana, feel free to stay longer. Listen to your body. If you're ready to rise, reach your arms up above your head, feet together. Full body stretch, point the toes, stretch through the fingertips. And exhale, sigh out, empty the breath. Relax the body, relax. One more, inhale, full body stretch. Sigh and empty out the breath. Slowly roll over to your side. Pause, rest your cheek and your bicep, curl up in a ball. And thank yourself for showing up to your practice, for paying attention to your body, to your mind, your inner spirit. Slowly press up to a seat. Sit again in Sukhasana, easy pose. Hands to your heart, thumbs at your heart center. And connect your intention, or maybe set a new intention in how you want to show up in your life off the mat as you leave your practice, and anything that's present here, your deepest desires of your heart. Breathe into that. And sigh, let anything go. Thumbs to your third eye, your inner teacher. With thanks and humility, I bow down to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning into this practice today. I will be adding more videos, and at my website, spirituallyfityoga.com, you can take Zoom classes with me. I have group classes. I also offer private sessions, and stay tuned as I will be adding some courses for beginners, power yoga courses, a variety of courses, and soon, very soon, an online membership. And in the meantime, enjoy these videos here on YouTube. Thank you for being here.